A wireless lavalier mic for under 200 bucks? Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and as you can see, I'm pretty far away, but I'm using the Comica Wireless Lavalier Microphone, and it's working pretty darn well. So the receiver is hooked up to the camera and the transmitter's in my pocket. It is, however, super windy, so I'm going to switch and tell you more about it indoors. Whew, that was a lot of wind. It's nice to be in a little calmer environment. So let's get back to the Comica Wireless Lavalier Microphone, because it comes in this really nice carrying case and everything's in here. So let's have a look. First off, here we have the receiver, and no surprise, the other one is the transmitter. And what's cool is they actually work across 48 different UHF channels. So you should always be able to find a frequency that doesn't have any interference. And they have two different RF power levels. So on low RF level, it's 10 milliwatts of power. And on the higher level, it's 30 milliwatts of power. So what Comica recommends is that you use the lower power if your microphone and your transmitter and receiver and stuff are all pretty close together, and then only use the higher one if you're going to have them further apart. The logic being that the higher RF is actually going to generate more power needs, and so your battery won't last as long. And speaking of batteries, let me show you. Each is powered by two AA batteries, and what I have seen from a number of people, and I agree with, is that the batteries are a little tricky to put in because of the way they designed the little carrier, but you know, you put the batteries in and you should be good to go for a while. I would recommend, if it's an important job, always carrying extra batteries, because you never know when you might have a problem, or if you want to be really good right before that big keynote speech from the CEO or something, put in new batteries. Just one less thing to worry about. So that's half the carrying case. Let's look at the other piece, which is all the different wires. Oh, and by the way, this is, in case you want to get the model number, this is the CVM WM100. And it's rated up to 100 meters between the transmitter and receiver, which is 300 feet. This is a pretty long way. And let's see, what else can I tell you? It's designed for DSLRs and other devices that take the little 3.5 millimeter jacks. It doesn't work with your iPhone. You need an adapter for that to work. And it's kind of a drag, but you can pick up an adapter for about 25, 30 bucks, so not the end of the world. Has a signal to noise ratio of greater than 65 decibels. The UHF frequencies are between 520 and 534 megahertz. Transmit powers, as I said, on low power it's 10 milliwatts, on high power it's 30 milliwatts, and the sound delay is less than 20 milliseconds. And that's super important, because you don't want to have a wireless system that puts a lot of delay in, because then your lips are out of sync with the sound, and that's just not really how you want it to work. So let's see what else comes with this. We have the receiver and the transmitter. This is the first wire, and this actually connects the receiver with the camera. It's just a 3.5 millimeter on both ends. Nice, short, easy. This is the more interesting one. This is the microphone, and so this is a clip-on lavalier mic, and I have the wind shield on top of it, which makes it look a bit like a tribble. You should know what a tribble is, right? And it's easy enough. I could actually pull the mic out of this if I wanted to, but it's kind of fun like that. And you just clip it on when you're ready, and then the other end plugs into the transmitter, and you're good to go. But there's more. They also include an XLR microphone adapter if you want to plug this into something. For example, maybe you want to use a standard studio microphone instead of the lav mic. Or perhaps more likely you want to hook this up to some sort of an amplifier because you're a rock band. So rock on, man, you got XLR. Nice. Also comes with the little clip doodads that you can use to turn these into things you can easily clip onto a belt. It's probably a good idea. And it also has little tiny screw mounts that you can use to attach the receiver to any of the complicated stands you might be using for your camera, or you can actually put these directly onto a stand because they are standard tripod mounts. And that's about it. I also carry spare batteries because it's always a good idea. And it all fits in this case. It's all very nice, very easy to work with. and I really like it. I mean, I've tried different wireless lavalier microphone setups before, and none of them really worked very well. But this one, as you saw in the earlier sample, it's pretty good. It's not fantastic, but it's also not thousands of dollars like you'd see if you went to a concert or a live television performance or something. I mean, those are really expensive. This is actually much more affordable. And I know you're asking, how affordable is it, Dave? And before I get there, I just want to say that there's a lot of controls on these devices too. So there's two connectors on the top, there's the power switch, and then there's a whole front display. And on the transmitter, it's nice because the front display includes a little bar graph that shows you as you're talking so you can see the microphone's hot and it's working. On the receiver side, you can actually plug in headphones or earbuds or something, and you can use it as a monitor so you can make sure that the whole transmission system's working and you're not picking up interference. All very well designed. Now, the only other thing is the price. But before we get to the price, let me ask, click on that subscribe button if you don't mind. Thank you, appreciate that. Now, how much would you pay for this? Well, these are pretty darn nice, and professional gear at this level usually runs into the 4 digits or more. But these are very affordable. Comica's done a very nice job of making these accessible to even an amateur who just wants to experiment with this. So, in fact, the whole setup, receiver, transmitter, all the different microphones and cables, the portable traveling case, all that stuff, $189 even at Amazon. So, pretty nice setup. Definitely a great entry level for this sort of device, and with an adapter you can use it with probably the wide variety of smartphones, and it certainly is going to be great for your DSLR if you're using that, or for a standard camera that can handle the 3.5mm plug on its microphone. So this is Dave Taylor, and I'm going to go wireless again, so I'll catch you in my next video.